Hi, welcome back to my channel, guests. Welcome back to my coven. So for today, I wanted to talk about the forest fires that are happening, mostly just um, kind of how it's making us feel. I know we kind of need to step back and actually kind of absorb what we're feeling, both as humans and if there are witches in the room, how it's making us feel as witches. Because I know personally for myself, I stepped out to go to work whenever it was smoking out, and at first it didn't hit me, but as soon as I got into my place of work, like my head got very fuzzy. Like it felt almost like my head was in the clouds. Um, Kind of like an out of touch feeling, almost like I could feel things kind of building up with the fire, like the loss and the loss of direction. And I think it's just a very troubling situation, no matter US or Canada. And I think obviously more Canada because they're the ones actually facing the problem. But it almost feels like in my soul, I can kind of feel the depression and the sadness of, like, I even joked with my friend that I felt like the Lorax. Like, it kind of like just made me feel off. Like, I really needed to protect the forests and the trees. And I don't know. I don't think there's much I can do personally about this besides kind of just spread awareness that it's happening and that's an awful situation and that we need to be mindful of the people around us, try to help where we can, support each other, and hopefully to figure out something to do for nature. For now, though, I was going to do a reading for it because I honestly kind of, and I know there's definitely anger there, like from the deities. Like I could definitely feel that the deities are angry that this has happened, like very upset. And I think that's really understandable. It's a very upsetting situation. But I guess some like hope or guidance about it. Um, and that's kind of what I wanted to focus on. Definitely don't need those two. But I wanted to focus on that, even though it's this is only my second video. Okay. And I kind of went with a mushroom theme today because honestly, my first thought was trees, but even things like the um, even mushrooms, like even smaller parts, smaller critters, are even affected by all of this. So for now, I'm using my wonderful Midnight Magic deck. Um, First card. I just really love the art for this too. Like I know it's a depressing topic, but I think it's beautiful art, and to be fair, it is also a mostly black deck. So the black also kind of helps with, it's the color of morning, so it kind of helps with that gloomy feel. Okay, so 10 of Cups. Um, the mushroom in it is a portobello, and obviously as the book says, they are popular for eating. of course. And then the brown and white button, cremini juvenile forms of portobellos are also popular in the kitchen. So this card is emphasizing familial bonds. And I love the message. It says, divine emotional fulfillment is yours. Strong, stable bonds in a sound home base are like a safe harbor on a stormy coastline. Stressful feelings and frustrations are abetting. It's going to be okay. So there is definitely our first hopeful card. And I do agree with the family. Like, really, nature is, I feel, in my opinion, all nature is connected and it's all kind of like family. There are people that probably agree with me over that, but the forest is definitely the forest, the woods, nature itself is a very homey place for witches. So it makes sense that this would talk about home, and usually people, in regards to home and family, there is a safety there. Okay. Next one is Nine of Cups. Okay, this one centers around water and adaptation, which rewards them with tr- transitional protection, but not total immunity. So obviously, I think it also kind of talks about the rain that's happening with my area, at least. That the rain is helping a lot with the smoke, but obviously the smoke is not the major problem. The major problem is the fires, and the fires that are continuing to spread, and um, kind of the hopelessness of that. And it says, appreciate this card as a sign that wishes are coming true. But celebrate with confidence, not pride. Don't settle, but let your success inspire you to go further. So obviously, it's also saying we can't just sit back. We can't just celebrate the small wins. And then Seven of Cups. Oh, first I should say that last card was the Water Club mushroom. And I love the little, I believe there's a toad inside of it. I love the little toad. Also, even the mushroom itself is like a golden color. So it's almost like, we think of gold or like actual actual gold, or like a bright spot. But even like that first one with the rainbow, even like in different cultures, different religions, it's the sign of hope. Okay, and then the next one is the black trumpet. Okay, so this is the card of representing choices and confusion. I think this is also talking about the rain, because it's saying recognize what may be an illusion, what is truly attainable, and you're inundated with promising choices. So I think that the rain really does kind of hint at that. Like, if at least with America, with the rain, it's kind of just it feels okay for us, in that sense. Like, it's okay for us because we can see the promise of it, but we need to focus on the actual problem. It says, carefully study shadows for hidden treasures sheltered within the shade. So I think there's also that, like, we do need to obviously uplift each other and like try to see the positive sides, but we need to bring that positivity out to like everybody else. Okay, and this card announces the next one that a departure or a perceived destruction is a necessary part of your journey. That one kind of hits hard, and then I know we don't like to see tragedy and having something positive from it, but I will say, at least with the fires, if we actually take action and like plant trees, that the trees will come back stronger. And it says emotionally prepare yourself for things to get a little sticky, sort of like how the shaggy ink cap because it excretes black liquid from its pores. And okay, so just watch for that in order for the species to continue on. Okay, so there's definitely so it goes from hope to caution almost. And this one is saying be cautious, but almost like the struggle will help everything. A necessary departure needs to occur. Venturing into the unknown could be scary, but fulfilling in the long run. Make your move confidently and bravely accept your journey's unavoidable challenges with valiant grace. Okay, and the last one is the Five of Cups. And it's an ink stained bullet. They are often solitary. Well, I'm sure Canada really does feel like it's solitary right now. Apparently, they're naturally bright yellow, which kind of deviates back to that second card. But it turns blue when injured. It says, even the deepest hues will fade, and when recovered, you are tougher, wiser, and more adaptable. So it's going to be a process. Obviously, the question of how long the process is, I'm not sure right now. I want to say, based on the number of cards, was just 5, maybe 5 months, 5 weeks. There's definitely a number of 5. And then it says, a hard time of loss, separation, or sadness has looked into your life. Your loved ones want to support you, so let their comfort help drain away any feelings of regret. Okay, so love also goes back to that first card about love and family. And focusing on the negative can distract you from seeing what tools you have around you during this hard time. So I'm getting the feeling that the deities are saying we're going to come back, the forest is going to come back stronger, and our powers are going to come back stronger as witches, and hopefully, and as people too. Hopefully, we won't like see this as something that separates us, but hopefully brings us together and makes us stronger. So hopefully, that's where we can leave off, and I'm glad it did give us some hope for this. So if you like this video, please like, comment, or subscribe, and please help me do some more readings to go out into the world.